Hey guys, so change of scenery. Today we are over at a different house that is not my house with these guys.
Sorry. I can't believe this low.
So today we're going to be talking about 1917, and I know that I said I'd have a review on Christmas Day, but now the whole gang has seen it, and we're just going to talk a little bit about it. And actually, before we talk about 1917, are there any movies that you haven't seen that you want to see? Do you have any movies that you think shouldn't have been nominated, or maybe ones that got snubbed? What do you think? 1917 is an Oscar nominated for Best Picture as well.
I think I'm rooting for 1917 a lot because I honestly think it deserves it. But,
yeah, it won the Golden Globe for Best Picture.
Yeah, so
and,
I'm rooting for them.
Basically, 1917 is about two soldiers. They get called on a mission to go deliver a message that...
I think the second Devons. I think that was their name.
Second
Devons.
Anyway, they're going to another troop to let them know that they're being basically set up for a trap by the German soldiers, and their attack that they've been planning is going to be counterattack, is going to have a counter, and it's going to be even more devastating.
Yeah.
And a bunch of these soldiers are going to be killed, and their job is to deliver the message so that they can hold back those troops and attack at a later time. And so that's literally the entire plot of the movie, is they are trying to get to this other troop. And you see everything that they go through, basically. Yep. So my favorite part of the movie for me was that how much I think we take for granted in a film what is shown on screen as far as anything that doesn't involve dialogue. And this film has so little dialogue, but so much direction and so much happening at once. There are very few still small moments. Like, there are very few moments where you're like, your eyes get to rest and you're like, that's one of the main things that I tell people is like, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. And I think it just goes to show like how like it is nominated for Best Screenplay as well. And that's probably my favorite part, is how they managed to transfer that from page to screen. And I think it's beautifully made. Like, Sam Mendes, he's honestly, no one really watches, like, I feel like no one's watched Revolutionary Road. Go watch it. It's horribly depressing, but it's so good. And he makes amazing movies, but I think people are just now starting to focus to like realize that because of this one. And to see what he can do with a big budget film is really cool. It's really neat. I've been following him since for like 10 years now, and I'm glad he's getting more recognition now. So yeah. What's your favorite part of the movie?
I was blown away by the music. The music definitely like sets a different tone, and it just, I don't know.
Okay. What's your favorite part?
It's amazing.
The Joker, I loved it. I thought it was really what were we talking about?
We're actually talking about
1917.
We're actually talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
My favorite part about 1917. I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really taken the time to like think about it. It's just,
it's so fresh.
It's like, yeah, it's so fresh. It like, as a whole, it's amazing. Favorite part about it, I guess,
or aspect of it. It's like, that's the thing, is like, it's hard when you watch a movie that's so good that I feel like you can't pinpoint what was good about it, because the whole thing was just great. You know what I mean?
I think I'd probably have to go with what you said earlier, was that there's not a single part where I'm like, you know, where my eyes kind of go like, okay, I'm like, I don't really have to pay attention right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's not a single, I'm just always in it, and yeah. I'm always paying attention because the camera never rests, so you never rest.
The filming definitely.
There's only one part where it rests, and then when he gets like knocked out, but that's about it. But other than that, like, besides that, like, it picks up even more after that.
Yeah. Can we talk? Okay, I do want to talk about one part, and this is a spoiler, but it's been out for like 3 weeks, 3 weeks now. So like, you should watch it right now. When the main soldier, the sergeant who is assigned to go deliver the message, when he gets stabbed.
Oh, It's Schofield and Blake.
Blake. Who's the one who is the sergeant?
The one that dies is Blake.
Blake.
And the one that keeps going is Schofield. William Schofield.
Gotcha.
I don't know the name of the other guy.
So, what's
It
his?
was
So
Tom.
Tom?
I think it was Tom.
Tom Blake? Tom
I think
think
so.
so.
I think so, actually. He is helping someone despite what, going against what a soldier in that situation would do. He's helping one of the German soldiers, and then he gets stabbed. And it's so interesting to see, like, I don't know, like what you said as far as like your eye never rests, your eyes never rest because you're in it. It adds to the feeling of like you're a soldier right alongside them. Thank you. I love that part too. I think it's
Yeah.
it's like it's so beautiful. And
I found the song.
okay, now Mike is gonna sing it for
Hopefully
us.
it's
Go
not
ahead.
backwards.
How's it going? So we don't have time for that. Actually, we've run out of time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Oh wait, what was your favorite part? I didn't ask you.
Remember we
You're
were
fine.
saying where they were in the movie? And I said England, you said Germany. They're in France.
They're in France.
They're friends.
They're in France.
They're friends. Okay, what was your favorite part?
Now I'm thinking about it again.
Oh, was it where there with the cow? And there's the milk?
No.
Okay.
I thought something was wrong with that milk. I thought there was gonna
Me
be
too,
a
like
bomb in there
poisonous or
because of what we
something.
just saw.
Mhm.
No,
I'm
but
not gonna lie. The first thought that came to my mind was that there was gonna be pee in the milk. I don't know why.
Put his
Everyone
hand
just
in
do
it, and his
wherever
hand was
they
really
want.
dirty. So
like they did,
it
like
got
right
cut.
after
Yeah,
you go behind the house and everyone's just peeing around the house.
Yeah.
So I have two things. So the first thing, my first favorite part, as soon as they get out of the trenches, when they get into no man's land,
when they're going through
when
it.
they're going through no man's land, because they have no idea, they're supposed to like believe that there's no Germans here anymore, but like everyone's like, no, we just fought them, like they're still there, like they have to be.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we have to go over no man's land and hope that no one's here, or like
Yeah.
hope that we don't run into anything.
Mhm.
And just like that whole scene of going over everything,
Yeah.
it's like crazy to me, because like it's just so scary. Like it's the real, like you don't know if you're gonna find like a German, or if they're gonna like
Are you
fall into,
talking
like,
about when they're going through
When
the
they-
house or
no,
no?
no,
Just the
before that.
Very, very
to the
beginning.
very beginning. Okay,
Before-
good.
as-
Right when
once
they
they-
leave their front
when
line
they get there,
to get to
to
their
get to
their
their
side.
front line,
Yeah.
and when
Yeah.
they're like, this is the German front line, and then they go down and look, and then the music intensifies.
Yeah.
And then they look, and then the
There's
music's like,
nobody
oh,
there.
there's no one here.
Gotcha.
Like that whole thing just leaves me like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you get
Like,
worked
guys,
up for
like-
nothing, and then you're like,
yeah, and then
oh,
the music
okay,
just comes
okay.
in, and it's like,
the
Yeah.
music. It's
and
so
then
good.
like the scene right after when they go into the
Darn rat.
into the
Oh
Screwed
my
it up.
gosh, that rat.
Yeah. And the other thing, what was the other thing I said that I like? Oh, that I'm just, you never stop. Like
Yeah.
you're always watching them. You're always with them.
Yeah.
Never stopping like to see like to like rest.
Yeah.
Except for the one time it gets knocked out. But other than that, you're always like paying attention because the camera never stops rolling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it for all of us. I think I did. I say
Yeah.
my favorite part. Yeah. Right.
No,
What
you,
did I say?
did you?
Is it?
Oh yes, the screenplay and the dialogue and like
The
one shot
screenplay and
thing.
the lack of dialogue. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is that there's no way other than to experience what they're experiencing with them, that there's like no other way of connecting with the characters, because you don't really know a whole lot about them other than one of the characters is driven by the desire to go see his brother, and when he is no longer a part of the journey, the other sergeant, you don't really know what he's driven by, but clearly there's a reason, and he's like,
Well, at
Oh,
the
is
end,
it?
At the end, they show it.
yeah.
well, you
that's
don't
true.
know if that's like. It's
Could
kind
be
of
his
like.
sister.
No, I think it's his like wife.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
two
I
little
know.
girls, and then the
Kids.
back of the image said, "Come back to us."
One, he never
Yeah.
answers the French girl, like if she
She's
has
like,
family.
she asked,
Yeah.
she asked him, "Do you have kids?"
And I don't know if that's just because he maybe didn't understand her, but I feel like he was understanding more mostly.
Yeah.
And then he just all of a sudden stopped understanding her.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like he wanted to. It said come back to us.
Yeah.
he wanted to.
But he had already. That is one thing I was a little bit confused about, was that like he had said that it's hard to go home. He said when he went home he didn't like it. Remember?
So that's what I thought. Cause I told Martin, like, maybe it's his mom or sister and sisters or something. It just makes more sense for it to be his wife.
Maybe he just meant like he went back and it was, you know, he didn't feel like himself anymore.
Maybe.
It was, you know.
Maybe they mean it that way.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a great movie. Go see it. I don't think it's done that well in the box office, to be honest with you. Joker, like, is still even nominating the box office in so many months later. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Go check out the rest of the Oscar nominated for Best Pictures. For Best Picture.
Do you have to see all? Have you seen all of them?
I have yet to see Parasite and
That's a good
The
one.
Two
You want to talk
Popes.
about that one?
No, Two Popes. No, Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit,
Two
which
Popes.
I will
I've seen
see.
both of those. We can talk
That's
about
it.
it right now, right? It's okay.
That's okay.
So Jojo Rabbit.
So Jojo Rabbit, it stars. So okay, can I ask one question? Actually, no, we're not gonna get into it. 'Cause that's a whole
Wait.
different movie. That's a whole different review.
Ask away, Carla.
Ask
Ask away.
Well, no, I was gonna say
Here we go.
no. Never mind. Anyway,
The fans want to know.
they don't.
wanna
There's
know.
no fans.
They
There's-
want the
They're
fans.
asking
No,
for
the people are.
No,
the people want
they
to know
don't
what,
wanna know.
what you want to know.
No, they don't.
Jojo
But
Rabbit
I
was
will
great.
say, go watch
really fun.
the rest
Parasite
of
was
them.
amazing.
I want to see Parasite. Fun story about Parasite is that I wanted to
You're
see it
in it?
first.
Oh.
Yeah. And I starred in it and directed it. No, I didn't. I wish.
Starring
His
Carlos
speech
Sanchez.
was my favorite speech at the Golden Globes, though. I
His
did
speech
like
was
his.
really
Oh,
nice.
It
his
was great.
speech, yeah. I forgot his name.
Other than that, that's all.
Short and
See you
sweet.
guys at the movies. Actually, I won't because
Probably
I've seen
go
all
see
of them.
movies.
But
It's true.
Except for Parasite and Jojo Rabbit.
yeah. Anyway, all right. Thank you guys for being in this review.